Hey, welcome everybody. We are going to do a collective message, collective read, tapping into the energy of Leo season, July 22nd through August 23rd. We are now in the heart of the summer. Leo energy is ruled by the sun, so heart energy, heart activations. We have a lot of shifts happening in the heavens and as below. So on the upper spectrum of Leo energy, we can have a confidence. We can be courageous. This is a time of the season for us to shine, but first we have to do our inner work. So on the low vibration of Leo is self-seeking gratification. The lower aspect can be somebody who's just an attention whore. But ultimately, we're being asked to do a lot of healing right now. Coming to you on the 23rd of July, we have the nodal shift from Taurus Scorpio to Aries Libra. So relationships, self really coming to the forefront with the energies right now. Plus we have the planet of love, beauty, worth, ultimately self-worth, yourself first. We have to love ourselves first before we can even think about loving somebody else. Venus retrograde for many days, I think like 40 to be honest, if not more. I don't even believe she goes out of post shadow until October. So she's also in the Leo energy, getting real in the heart space. Again, always a lower and a higher. We have free will to choose the work that we want to do right now. We also have Chiron, the wounded healer, retrograde in the sign of Aries, self-healing, the spiritual warrior energy with Aries, with the North Node now there. I know for me and a lot of other people yesterday, today's even feeling like we're kind of on this stepping out on a ledge, but not quite sure where we're supposed to step next. So feeling like you're free falling. A lot of heart palpitations coming up again as well with the heart energy. Again, on the high vibe, this can be heart activations. Really, ultimately, with this Venus retrograde and the Chiron retrograde, healing yourself, being able to be Aries by yourself to do your healing. Again, we're not supposed to be in any partnerships or situationships until we're healed. God dang, note to self, right? So yeah, and then we have the South Node now in Aries, which is Libra. It's ruled by Venus, right? The divine feminine, healing the feminine receptive part within us, the spiritual warrior within ourselves. A lot of reflection with Venus retrograde, Chiron retrograde over relationships. So yeah, let's clear our energy, tap into a collective message for Leo season. Again, July 22nd through August 23rd. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for always being with us when we ask for your guidance. We thank you for another day. We thank you for breath. We thank you for life. We thank you for experiences. We're just tapping into the energy of Leo season today on my channel, trusting that whoever needs to be here to hear whatever they need to hear will be healing, will be healthy, will make them cause themselves to go into self-reflection so that we can truly heal thyself, right? Aries, North Node, Chiron. Heal thyself so we can balance out. Really reflecting upon our own self-worth, really loving ourselves, not in an egotistical way, but in a heart-centered way, knowing that we're here for a divine purpose, not just to walk through this life in the flesh. Also, some huge reflection on relationships with that South Node in Libra. And we give thanks in advance for any messages that come through. And I hope and pray that they resonate with those who tune in to listen. Leo energy rules over the heart and circulation. So make sure you are paying good attention to that at this time. First message from the Twin Flame Journey Tarot we'll pull out for Leo season. What is the overall energy for the collective? This also can fall into your own personal life as well. So this runs all the way through August 23rd. If you're new today, thanks for joining me. Please do subscribe, like, and please do comment. It helps with the algorithms on the channel. Pop out card. The Knight of Swords, decisive action. So during Leo season, we are really with this retrograde energy asking to bring forth a true passion within ourselves. We got to be really decisive as we're purging and clearing and letting go and going on this path into the Aries of self, to be decisive on what we want. We have to take action with that energy as well, because we are now in a season for the next 18 months of being ruled by the planet of Mars. Mars is our action planet. Mars rules over this Aries energy. Mars is currently in Virgo energy, so that means we need to have decisive action. We need to set forth with our passions. We need to be practical on what our decisions are. We need to embody it, right? Virgo energy is about our day-to-day life. We need to take forward that decisive action every moment of every day. I just talked about, if you haven't watched my new Inferno podcast, episode 5, just opened up, and it is actually uploading right now. It is about the negative entities, the spiritual battle that we're in right now. So we have to be decisive in our, not only our actions, but who we are. And again, with the next 18 months, a lot of transformation within self is being guided by the cosmos, being asked for us to get really real with ourselves. Have you been wearing a mask? Have you been a people pleaser, right? South Node in Libra. Libra energy wants just fairness and balance and justice, but sometimes we lose ourselves in others. So we need to get in a common ground of self and others, in that middle ground, right? And be really decisive on what we want at this time. Let's draw some messages from the Star Code Astro. This is a beautiful deck to be able to ask us to point in a direction of what else we can be looking for guidance, something that needs to be brought to our attention in the energy of Leo season. What is it that we are being asked to look at as well now that we are in the sun's ruling sign of Leo energy? Again, there's always a lower and a higher aspect of these energies. We all have them within us. Are you going to go forward in this North Node in Aries season out of ego, out of lying to yourself? Are you going to go forward in this Leo season with the Aries North Node in self-resilience, self-reliance in a healthy way, right? Balancing that out with the relationships. Always a lower and a higher. We are made up of all of these elements. We're now going into fire season, so it's time to increase our water. Things might get a little hot. We have that Mars energy ruling over the next 18 months. So that means watch your anger, you might have anger come up. Make sure it's in a healthy way so that you can fuel your passions, right? Because the fire has the ability to burn you the fuck out. Leo on the lower aspect can be so, like, it's a masculine energy, so it can burn out and snuff out other people. Or it can be a really strong passion, if you're in your realness, to drive you forward in a heart-centered way. First message out is Saturn, structure. We need structure in our everyday life, for real. We have Saturn in the Pisces energy. Saturn wants structure. Pisces is the breakdown of structure. So we're asked to really have a strong foundation. Saturn is Lord of Karma. It is Father Time. So on this earth plane, you know, we're asked to have a good sound structure within ourselves. Saturn energy also rules over the Capricorn energy. So how we heal ourselves, how we take ourselves out into the world, Where our attention goes, our energy flows. If we need to do our inner work, again, with a lot of the retrograde energy, we need to be self-reflecting. We need to be working on ourselves to elevate ourselves, or we will never see the change that we wish to see in the world through these Saturnian structures. And again, this can be a time with Saturn and Neptune both in Pisces where delusions, false fantasies are breaking down. There can be a lot of confusion. There can be a lot of deception. There can be a lot of people walking around with rose-colored glasses on, you know, fooling themselves and fooling others. So we have to really make sure that our structure is strong. The next message for Leo season is second house resources. Second house is ruled by Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. See this arrow shooting through the heart with some flowers growing in it. There's some coin there again because this is our resources. This is also self-worth. Again, retrograde season with Venus. Truly loving ourselves. Doing our inner work. Being open and receptive. Restructuring our values. A lot of shifts, a lot of transition, a lot of transformation going on. Again, I don't believe we'll even see that phoenix rising out of all the destruction until probably like Scorpio, Sagittarius season. Because right now we're supposed to be going on an inner journey to have the mindset that we're worthy, first of all. Second house, ruled by Venus, represented by Taurus. This is also like the monetary system that's being falsely held up right now as well. This is having a feeling and restructure of where are my values? Where do my resources come from? Am I self-sufficient? Do I have that structure and strong foundation within myself to be able to sustain myself as we keep going through all these huge, huge dismantling phases on the earth plane? So Venus retrograde energy, second house coming up with resources. Do not overindulge, whether it be food, whether it be spending too much. Do not do any sort of huge transformation in your appearance right now because you could later regret that because Taurus energy's fixed earth body. Structure resources. So we got Saturn. Second house. If your foundation right now is built on sand, it will not sustain. There's no doubt about that. Again, a lot of reflection on the love, the relationships right now. Venus retrograde, Chiron retrograde, self. Where have you maybe not healed your wounds, projected those out on others? Where is your growth? Really dry today. Neptune, victim. So we got two planets that are in the sign of Pisces right now. Where can you release the victim mentality of being lost in the soup of relationships in the society? Are you just going with the flow and buying into the escapism? Are you fueling addictions? Are you fueling the escapism within you? Are you escaping from yourself? We are asked to be do not get lost in the soup, right? Pisces rules over the 12th house. That is the soup of consciousness. It's also the spiritual aspect of our experience right now. So a lot of us have fell victim to relationships, situationships. What we're being asked in this Aries Libra is where was our part in that? To not fall victim to it any more than what we have already. So it's important right now to, wow, it's crazy. We just got both of the planets that are in the sign of Pisces right now. Let's do one more from this deck. See what else it would like us to look forward to reflect upon, to heal, to grow, to reevaluate what we value, what we love. Do you value yourself? A lot of people are walking around not valuing themselves. That's why we're seeing what we're seeing. Last message for this is Mercury messages. Pay attention to the messages that come through. Pay attention to your thinking, because the Mercury energy is our lower mind. We have to pay attention. See this healing glyph. We are being asked to heal thyself. North Node in Aries, Chiron retrograde. Self-worth, self-love, trusting the messages that come through for you. Are you living a lie? Are you being deceived? Are you deceiving yourselves? Are you getting lost in the soup and the energy of the Pisces energy without having an understanding that you have to be healthy and whole within yourselves, right? We're a work in progress in order to take ourselves out there to the others. Don't get lost in what other people are doing. Be true to yourself. Listen to the messages that may come through to you. Keep your mind in check. Again, a lot of this is happening to people. You can witness it, right? With this Saturn, Neptune energy in the sign of Pisces, where people are so lost. People are so confused. People are getting lost in the soup. We have to pay attention with this mental energy. This is a time when people can be losing their fucking minds, no doubt, if you don't have a healthy spiritual structure and walking through this life in your truth. A lot of mental health issues coming up for a lot of people, and that goes back to that escapism, which is the lower aspect of Pisces, where you are escaping from the reality and you're living in this freaking fantasy. You're creating a fantasy that is so delusional, right? The chakra message, holy hell. The chakra message is the throat chakra. We have the communication planet here. We need to speak our truth. We need to be in good balance. The message is vanity. So you see this spiritual wisdom, like this, picture this as your higher self and these people standing around. You see two of them have alcohol, dressed to the T. Are you doing it to put on a persona to the world that you are somebody that you're truly not? Are you living out the delusion? Are you putting on the false facade? Are you being a chameleon to the world? Are you the same person no matter who you're around? Are you the same person at home that you are when you're out and about? Because if you're not, you're delusional. You're lying. You're putting on a mask. A lot of people are doing this. They're being chameleons. They're being shapeshifters. Vanity is about superficial things of the world. And so we really, we have to seek out our spiritual wisdom in our higher self in order to integrate into the vessel a truth, more depth to what we're doing, and not just going, I just did this podcast today, episode 5, check it out, on the narcissism, the escapism, and how negative entities can possess people. We have to make sure we're not so much into that vanity. Again, with Venus retrograde, and even Leo on the low aspect. Are you a vanity person? Are you somebody that's just got to have material things? Are you somebody that's seeking out resources in somebody else just to validate yourself? Are you real and raw at the end of the day? And then with the blue chakra, throat chakra, we have to make sure we're being truthful. We got to be truthful with ourselves first. Can't leave this message today without doing a goddess guidance oracle, because we do have Venus retrograde. Let me flip that back over. So let's do a goddess card. I have Venus in Leo, and this Venus retrograde's going smack dab right over top of my natal Venus. So a lot of transformation, a lot of healing, my feminine. I've never been in a relationship, reflecting upon this, Aries, North Node, South Node, Libra. I've never been in a relationship where the masculine Mars energy, the true masculine, has been healthy and whole and has protected me, had a reverence for my divine feminine. I've always had to take on this masculine role of being the doer and the beer because I never had anybody backing me. I am now going to shift that into the vibration of a strong foundation within myself so I can draw in a healthy, loving, reciprocal relationship. So that's huge for all of us to look upon right now as well. You need in. Let me undo my mic real quick. My My feline, my negative energy slayer, kitty cat, wants in the house. Hold on 1 second. Need in? All right, so from the Goddess Guidance Oracle, Leo season, Venus retrograde, Chiron retrograde. And the message is, Bridget, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. Blue energy here as well. Blue throat chakra, speaking our truth. She's got that illuminated heart there held. I always see that symbolically as the truth, the way. Again, I talked about that in my episode 5 Inferno Temptation podcast today. Go ahead and listen to that. Share it out as well because it's very important. We are being asked to look through the deception, to see the truth, to be the truth, not just talk it, but walk it. And so what we do and we have to do is love ourselves first. So stand up for what you believe is right. If people are smearing you, let it go. Truth at the end of the day does not need any defending. Only deception and lies are needing to be explained away, right? Pay attention to people's actions. Focus on yourself. And the I am affirmation for Leo season is I am confident in my decisions. This is the higher aspect of Leo energy. Make your decisions through your truth. Know that if you are a good person and you've been in relationships in the past that were very karmic, that you have the ability to transform them right now, even if you're being asked to go forward by yourself in the Aries self energy. Be the doer. Say what you mean what you say. Actions follow suit accordingly. It's time to be real and raw because the deception, the lies, those that are living a false life will continually be revealed as we move more into the light, the truth, the way. Much love to you guys, and until the next time, shalom, shalom.